everyone, this is Emily with the Emily Dyes Fiber podcast / vlog. It's a show where I talk about my knitting, crochet, yarn dyeing, and generally other yarny crafts. It has been an interesting 2 weeks since the last video I did. My computer was out of commission for most of those 2 weeks, and I keep about half of my knitting and crochet patterns on my computer, so that made picking projects that I could work on a little bit interesting. But I do still have some things to show you, so I'm just going to jump straight in and we'll get started. Now, last week I had shown you the checkbox socks. It's a pattern by Rachel Leggett, and it was the, I believe, 3rd round of the Sock Madness number 12. It's a speed sock knitting competition. I had gotten to round 3 and then I just never finished that round in time, so I'm still working on the socks. The finished one, oh, do I not have it with me? Oh, here it is. Finished one is going to look like this. I have one of them finished. It's a brioche pattern here, brioche alternating with stockinette stripes. And I got a decent ways on this one. Last time you saw it, I was here, so I'm working from the cuff down, and I've gotten this much further on. I'm only one more of these boxes away from being able to start the heel, so definitely making progress on that. I am knitting these out of Knit Picks Felici in Madrigal and Knit Picks Stroll in Midnight Heather. I have to double check. It looks black, but it's not. It's Midnight Heather. So like I said, I'm one set of blocks away from starting the heel here, which is this kind of, the heel, you do these increases and you have this kind of triangular section with the increases, and then you do a bottom of the heel and then connect back up. So I am here on my other sock. So making progress on that. I think part of the reason I dropped out of Sock Madness in this round is the same reason that I didn't get further on this sock. I like it, I work on it, I make a good amount of progress, and then I'm just kind of done, and I'm done for quite a while. I don't know what it is. It's just not a very, it's not one that I can sustain interest in. I'm very interested in it while I'm working on it, and then I put it down and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in this anymore. So, but I'm making progress, and I'm hoping to eventually have that one done in the not too distant future, not the least because I need those size 2 DPNs back for other projects. Now, the next project I worked on was one that I picked up when I got bored with the socks. I wanted something a little bit bigger and easier and quicker to work on. And that is this thing. This is going to be the 1898 hat. I always have to look at my notes because I want to say 1989, but it's 1898, 1898 hat. It's a free pattern by Kristen Burns. Well, okay, first of all, let me just tell you how this thing works. So right now what I'm doing is I'm knitting the headband of the cap. So this section, I'm knitting it flat, and you fold it in half, and you have these ear flaps, and they go like this, and they're really nice because this is a little bit shorter than this. This stretches more, so it kind of curves under and hugs your ears. So I'm almost done with this, and then when I do that, when I get done with that, I will pick up and do the brim of the cap. So that's pretty nifty. And let's see, this marker marks where I was when I got started. So in like a day and a half, I did that much on it. This marker is just marking for me where I changed, where I started doing my decreases for the other side of the ear flap. I really like the pattern. I like the concept. I like the way it hugs your ears. I do not like how it's laid out. It's got like a main text, and then it's got this narrow sidebar text, and most of the narrow sidebar text is like irrelevant and just information about the design of the hat and whatnot. And then there's this one section that's really important that you read that comes, so the steps are here, and then the information about the steps is down here in the column of largely irrelevant stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be able to wing it and fix the fact that I didn't see that until way too late, but I'm a little bit annoyed at the layout of this pattern. Other than that, I like the pattern. I'm knitting mine out of Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool. It's just 100% wool. It's not superwash. It's a kind of rough, naturally wool. so it'll be very warm. It was originally oak tweed, and I dyed it myself. This is one of the earlier ones that I dyed before I started dyeing professionally, and this one I was kind of inspired by fall leaf colors, like maple leaves. So anyway, I'm working on that. I'm going to hopefully get back to that and get some more of that done soon. It's kind of one of my like background projects. I pick it up when I want something easy to work on because it's a nice thick Aran weight yarn, so it goes faster. So if I'm like, oh, I just want something I can do really without thinking too much that's going to go fast, that's the one I go for. So yeah, that was another one that I did. And then the last thing I worked on was a crochet project. This one is a filet crochet project. I'm doing it using a ancient ball of J&P Coats size 30 crochet cotton. I got about 4 balls of this and then another 3 balls of this color in size 20 in like a grab bag of thread at Goodwill, which I bought because it had a bunch of white and other colors that I wanted, but I was stuck with these, in my opinion, not very appealing yellows, and I was trying to figure out what to do with it. So I found this pattern. It's by Jacqueline Barty, and it's called Yin Yang Dragons. I just have a chart, so I'm going to hold it way back. And as you can see, it's these 2 dragons in kind of a yin-yang pattern. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a full pattern. It's really the chart. She has instructions on how to do it, but it really helps to know how to do this type of crochet before you get started with this pattern. I ended up looking up a tutorial on YouTube, and it wasn't hard to do, but just as a heads up, if you've never done it, be prepared to look up some other tutorials rather than just depending on this pattern. And I am working on it. Now, it's yin-yang, so normally that would be black and white, and I have this yellow string. My plan is to dye the string black after I get done, so it'll be black, and then I'll put it on mount it on a white background, and it'll be fine. Then let me make sure that I'm going to show it to you the correct way. So I've gotten a decent bit done. Now, some of this I've shown you before, because I remember I ranted about the Susan Bates steel crochet hooks. But for right now, this is where I'm at. You can see this is the head and neck spines of the lighter colored dragon. I like seeing it in the viewfinder like this because when you're working on it, it doesn't look that necessarily fully solid here, but here you can really start to see that. So I like it. It's nifty. And mention I'm doing this with this teeny tiny steel crochet hook. This one is by Tulip. It's a 0.75 millimeter. And I can't find the cap. It comes with a little plastic cap so you don't stab yourself. And I lost it. So hopefully I find that sometime. Anyway, love these hooks. I do not recommend the Susan Bates set of steel crochet hooks because the hook is made too big, so it's really a pain to pull it back through the loops, in my opinion. So I like this little dude. And I'm doing this for, if you care, I'm doing this with a 4 double crochet mesh, for those of you who understand that. Basically, what that means is this mesh is the size of 4 double crochet stitches, so when I fill it in, I put 2 extras in between each part of the mesh. Hopefully that makes some degree of sense. Yeah. And then that is all I worked on. Like I said, my computer was out of commission and a lot of my patterns are on my computer. Plus, I just, like, if my phone were out of commission, that wouldn't bother me nearly as much as when my computer is out of commission. I may be somewhat unique in that. I think a lot of people would be freaked out and thrown off by the lack of their phone. I'm really, like, freaked out and thrown off by the lack of my laptop. So I wasn't even wanting to stitch as much because I was just like, I want my laptop back. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's working. It was updating and backing up, and it took like 5 days. And consequently, I don't have any updates for my shop because right now what I need to do is I need to upload some new yarns to the shop, and without my computer, I was not doing that on my phone. So that's where things are at. It's a little bit of a short one today. Hopefully I will be back in 2 weeks with a longer one. Next week, I'm going to have a video talking about how to get your long-tail cast-ons to be like super stretchy for like the top of top-down socks and so on. If that is something that you struggle with, you'll probably want to check it out. And if it's not, then I guess you'll maybe want to check it out, maybe not. Anyway, that I believe is all. I keep saying that and then I think of something else to say. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my videos, and I will see you in the future. Bye!